Shalom, family, shalom. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I want to get into this discussion dealing with husbands. You know, I've heard brothers talk about, being a husband and or having multiple wives and stuff like that. And, I support, a man having multiple wives, or what you would call polygyny. I stand behind it. But dealing with that, is if you can't take care of yourself or you can't take care of one wife, how are you going to take care of multiple wives? So dealing with a husband, we're going to go into some of the ancient characteristics of a husband, but from the perspective of dealing with what they call husbandry or the husbandman. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of brothers don't really get that concept, you know what I'm saying? And, so with this lesson, hopefully this lesson will give you some insight on, the characteristics of a husbandman or husbandry, right? You know what I'm saying? So before I get into this lesson, I'd like to give all glory and honor to the creator of the universe, Yahweh, and also to Son Yahushua, and also like to send out a special greeting to the brothers and sisters that's trying to push this truth out there, trying to wake up the very elect. So the first scripture I'm going to get, family, is going to be John 1:15, and it reads, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he pruneth, that it may bring forth more fruit. So those that understand about gardening, you know what I'm saying, you understand that when you want your fruits and vegetables to bear more fruit, that's what they do. They prune some of the dead leaves away, or so it can send that energy to the limbs or the branches that are bearing fruit. You know what I'm saying? And if a tree is not bearing fruit, then you want to disregard it or throw it away. Now, but that's a trick. When I say a trick, I don't mean it in a bad sense, but the Most High, like I said, this Bible is dealing with agriculture. So the trick is understanding what fruit bear at what time. That's why a lot of the high holy days, are surrounded around agriculture. You know what I'm saying? It's appointed time for the Most High, but it's also about agriculture. But this is the thing also. If you understand certain fruit and certain vegetables, certain fruit trees, they only produce fruit at a certain time of year. But not only that, how long does it take this tree or this vine to bear fruit? Like certain grapevines, it takes about 3 years for them to produce fruit. Matter of fact, dealing with the olive tree, if you do your research, certain olive trees take up to 20, 30, 40, even up to 50 years before they bear fruit. Now, I want you to think about that term 50, because 50 goes into Pentecost, right? 50 don't just go into Pentecost, it goes to a Jubilee. 50 goes also into dealing with a man with this, he become into a wise man. He become very wise in his age of 50. He should gain a lot of knowledge. So again, when it talks about a lot of these fruit trees, it's talking about it from the spiritual aspect. The Most High is comparing his people to certain fruit, like the fig tree and things like that. The fig tree takes about, I think 2 to 3 years, something like that. But anyway, once you begin to understand these things from an agricultural perspective, it begin to open up a lot of mysteries. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Hamashiach spoke in parables. You know what I'm saying? Salaki family. Let me pause just and let this here phone ring for a minute. Salaki again, family, for that. That was the answer machine, and anyway, I'm not going to entertain that, but Salakia for the interruption. But anyway, so yeah, Hamashiach, he dealt with he spoke in a lot of parables, like the Father. He spoke in a lot of similitudes also. But anyway, let's deal with that. Let's deal with husbandman, right? Husbandman in the Black's Law Dictionary. Husbandman, a farmer, a cultivator, or tiller of the ground. The word farmer is colloquially used as a synonym with husbandman, right? So when you talk about a husbandman, it's talking about a farmer, right? You know, in colloquial is like I said in like a used as a synonym. Like I said, the Most High speak in similitudes too. You know, like a similitude is, you know, a comparison from one thing to another thing. Like the Most High compared Israel to an ass or to an ox. So once you understand those animals and you understand their characteristics, and then you begin to understand a lot of the principles the Most High is saying in these parables, or how Mashiach is saying in these parables, where you understand the nature of the nature of the animal, or the nature of the tree, or the fruit, right? So anyway, let's move forward. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 2. Just go to Genesis 2, and we're gonna get verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Yahweh the Elohim hath not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. So again, you know, the Most High had to put a man in the garden for him to till the ground and bring forth these fruit. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with dealing with us. You know, if we don't till the ground, you know, like the scripture says, if you don't work, you don't eat. So, you know, and again, like I say before in another video, you know, I understand brothers not want to work for the system. I don't want to work for the system. You know what I'm saying? We all should be working for ourselves, but the system keeps us, you know, occupied with building it up, and it keeps us distracted from doing what we need to do to build our own self up. So, you know, I understand that premise, but if you're upon expression, a couch potato, if you're a couch potato sitting on your ass and you're not tilling the ground or bringing forth fruit for your family to eat, you know, how can you then, therefore, why are you talking about you want a wife, or you want multiple wives? Because remember, the woman is being compared to a garden. The woman is being compared to a garden. So if you can't take care of your wife, if you can't take care of a garden, matter of fact, if you understand the scriptures, if you really understand the scriptures, before the Most High even gave Adam a wife, he gave them the garden. I want you to think about that principle. Before the Most High gave Adam a wife, he put him in a garden. That's going to go over a lot of you guys' heads. But anyway, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move to Proverbs 28. You know, again, I know there's going to be a lot of brothers going to be upset at that. Boy, they ain't going to like to hear that. Let's go to Proverbs 28. And we're going to get verse 19. He that tilleth his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. So, again, you could follow these guys out here with these doctrines. And again, you know, guys want to beat up on Esau, whether Esau the white man or whether Esau is the Arab man. You know, follow these guys are gonna beat up on these doctrines all day. But can you take care of yourself? Can you take care of garden? If you can't take care of garden, you can't take care of a woman. Because remember, like I said before, the Most High gave Adam the garden to take care of before he even gave him a wife to take care of. It's going over a lot of you brothers' head. Going over a lot of you brothers' head. But anyway, let's get one more scripture. Let's go to Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36. And we're going to start off at 34. And the desolate land shall be tilled, right? Whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that pass by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like a garden of Eden. I want you to think about that. I want you guys to think about that. And the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. So again, just want to do some real short, family, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully just edify somebody out there and give them give them encouragement, you know what I'm saying, to stop being distracted by a lot of these things and understand that if you're not self-sufficient, you know, to survive, you know, then why are you trying to talk about having a multiple wives or having a wife, period? If you can't take care of the garden, you know, are you a true husbandman? Because guys like to use that. Are you a true husbandman? Again, this is why I put some of my videos out there dealing with my garden, trying to show you that that the garden is about, you know, not only agricultural, dealing with, you know, surviving and eating, you know, healthy and all that. It's about the feast days and the time of harvest. You know, when to plant, when to harvest, when to do the second harvest. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, and understanding that, you know, if we don't understand how to teach the people how to do these things, then how can they teach about bringing forth physical fruit? So anyway, with that being said, family, I'm gonna cut it there. With that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.